My name is Ruth Carter, and I'm a licensed attorney in Arizona. And I'm also the owner of Carter Law Firm in Phoenix. And I got a question recently about trademark and website domains and how does all that work? Well, I'm sorry to say it's kind of a complicated topic. So trademarks are the names, logos, etc. that companies put on their company or products that differentiate them from their competition. So what does that mean for domain names? Well, if somebody has registered their trademark, they have the exclusive right to use their name on their product or their company anywhere in the US in regards to their category of products. So that means that they could make a claim to domain names that include the name of their company or product. Now, a question that comes up when there is a dispute over a domain is the public going to be confused about who owns the domain and is it affiliated with the parent company? So, for example, a good friend of mine has a blog all about Mini Coopers because he loves his Mini Coopers and they have Mini Cooper events and et cetera, et cetera. And he selected a domain name that does include the word mini, but if you just looked at it and you didn't know that it was a Mini Cooper blog, you wouldn't necessarily know that that's what it was. But once you get onto it, you can see it's all about Mini Coopers, but when you look at it, you also know that it's not owned by Mini. And this gets kind of confusing and complicated, especially if we're talking about domains that include abbreviations, because a lot of different groups and companies use the same abbreviation that mean completely different things. So one can't make a claim against the other saying, hey, you're using our domain or you're using our abbreviation. Well, a lot of people have the same ones. So in those cases, there's not a lot they can do. Now, there are issues related to things like cyber squatting, where people snatch up domains and with the hopes of selling them. That's not okay. But if the person gets a domain and they have a legitimate reason for wanting it and using it, and they're not trying to just hold it to sell it, there's oftentimes not a lot you can do. I know one situation I remember was involving one of my favorite comedians, Kathy Griffin. She, for the longest time, her main domain was kathygriffin.net because somebody else was holding kathygriffin.com. And I don't know if it was just someone else with the same name who just got to it first, or if it was someone who maybe created a fan site and they had a site all about why they love Kathy Griffin. Well, in that situation, either it wasn't worth it for her to fight it, or it could have been a situation where if they had a legitimate reason for sitting on the domain, you can't make them cough it up. You can offer to buy it, but they have the right to say no. But these cases are complicated, and if there is a dispute over a domain, it is arbitrated by ICANN, ICANN, which is basically the internet, and they will decide, they will hear both sides and make a decision over who should get the domain and whether or not the person in question is holding a domain or using it in a way that is illegal or inappropriate. So if you're in a dispute about a domain, or you're wondering if someone has a domain that they shouldn't, or if you have one that someone's going to fight you over and whether or not they can win, contact an internet attorney in your community, because these cases are fact specific and they are complicated. But I hope this has given you a little bit of insight into how these cases work. So I hope this has been helpful, and I will catch up with you later. Take care.